Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at some stretching and flexibility training. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a basic sort of warm up to the stretch, then we're going to go into a few of the stretches that I personally like doing that I find really aid my flexibility and my kicking. If you're not warm, do one of my other workouts. Maybe do the cardio one, maybe do the pad work one. So a little selfless plug to the rest of my stuff. But again, make sure you're nice and warm before you do any stretching, because again, that's when you're going to get the most benefit out of it. So to start off with, from there now we're just going to start circling our hips. So we want to get our hips nice and warm, because again, when it comes to kicking, again, our legs and our hips are what tends to take most of the sort of brunt of it. So you just want to loosen the hips, good, and change, go the opposite direction. Good, keep circling. Good, and stop. Right, from there now you want to insert your fingers, just stretching up towards the ceiling. So from there now we want to keep our feet about a shoulder width apart. So from there now we're just going to drop, and we're just going to let our body hang. So it doesn't matter how far down you can go, just sort of let your body hang so it feels comfortable, and just try and concentrate on the back of the legs relaxing. So you just let yourself hang. Good, come back up, so stretch up again as high as you can. Good, and again now we're just going to let ourselves hang again. So again, go a little bit lower. If you can just try and get your knuckles down onto the floor, let your knuckles drop down onto the floor. If not, if you're there, just let yourself hang there. So you want to be comfortable. Good, just hanging. Good, come back up again one last time now, so stretch up towards the ceiling. Good, so really reaching up now. Good, and then one last time now we're going to drop down again. So again, if you want to try and go a little bit lower this time, you can. We are going to come back to some of these stretches. So again, if you can get your hands on the floor, get your hands on the floor. If not, just let your body hang to where you feel comfortable. So just holding it. Good, come back up. So this time now when we stretch up, we're just going to reach over towards the one side. I always sort of grab my one wrist and sort of pull to that side, but you want to be going over your head, not in front of your body. So ready from there now, just stretching over, reaching as far as you can, looking where you're stretching, so working all down the sides here. Good, come back to centre, go out to the other side, same thing. Good, come back to centre, go back to the other side now. So again, really reaching over now. So again, down the side of your body is where again you get a lot of the impact from holding the kicks out and working. That's where you tend to find you get quite tight. Again, going over towards the other side. Good, and come back. From there now, just going to space our legs a little bit wider. Now it doesn't matter which way your toes are pointing. Make sure now I tend to have them about sort of just where I feel comfortable. So from there now I'm going to just bend my knees, sink down into the stretch, and again I want to push on the insides of the legs with my forearm, just trying to get a little bit more of a stretch. So I'm working the insides of the legs now, just so I feel comfortable. So I'm just holding our stretch. Good, I'm going to come back up. Just give my hips a little shake. Again, we're just going to drop back down into that position. So again, just holding it again. Good, and come back up. So from there now, what we're going to do is we're just going to crouch down like this. You're just going to put your hands in front for stability. Now I'm going to take my left leg out to the side. Now I keep my right elbow on the inside of my right knee. This is to sort of anchor this leg in place, because what tends to happen is this leg tends to drift when people tend to stretch. So you want to try and get this leg open and this leg out straight. So from there now, we're just going to hold this stretch. So again, if you find that you're really struggling with this position, you can drop down onto your knee. But if you're using your hands, you should find that you've got good stability. So if you want to make the stretch harder, again, you can reach with your hand towards the ball of your foot, or you can drop the elbow towards your shin, or just hold it. Once you feel comfortable in that position, try and drop then down onto the flat of the foot. Again, you can use your hands for stability, or you can sort of take your hands away, but again, still anchoring on the inside of this leg. So we're just holding this position. So I advise you to always hold these stretches about 10 to 15 seconds, something like that, and do it a few times through. Again, just holding it if you're practicing on your own. Good, and change now. So you're going to go the other side. So again, take your leg out anchoring your leg in place. Again, if you want to get more of a stretch, you can. So we're just going to hold it there. Again, if you feel comfortable, then you can drop down, and again, take your hands away, just holding that stretch. Good, so just focusing now on making sure you feel comfortable in the stretch. Again, you don't want to force it, you want to feel as though it's working you, but you can hold that position. Good, so again, now we're going to change, go towards the other side. Again, it doesn't matter if you go onto the flat of the foot, or if you're on the ball of the foot, or if you're using your hands. Just go where you feel comfortable. Again, holding it again. This time now, try and drop a little bit lower, or take this foot further forward, and trying to narrow that gap between your leg and the floor. So we're just here like this. Just holding it. Good, and change. So we're going to go the other side. So same thing again. Try and take that leg forward. Get yourself in a position you feel comfortable. And we're just holding it there like this. You might find one side feels more comfortable than the other. One side you can drop lower. That's quite common. Good, so just holding it. Good, and relax. Right, just drop onto your knees now, so like this. So what we want to do is we want to really focus on opening up our hips. So this is something I always do now at this point in my stretch. So from there now, we're just going to space our legs apart, so our knees forward like this. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my hands. Now I want to roll my hip towards the floor. So again, from there now, it's as if I'm taking one leg in, one leg out. But I'm not doing it with my knees. I'm doing it with my hips. So I'm doing it in this position, trying to roll my thighs towards the floor. So again, when I'm here, go onto my elbows, you're just going to rotate. So again, we'll just do like 20 each side. So we'll just go for it from there. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And again, now the higher up you come, the harder it's going to be. So again, we're going to go for another 20. This time, if you can, try and straighten your arms and try and push yourself up, but you don't want to drop your bum back. You still want to roll your hips forward. So you're sort of over your hips, but your back's upright. So this time now is a little bit more severe. So we're coming through like this. Okay, so again, we're going to go for 20. So ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. From there now, we're just going to slowly sit down. Just going to fold our legs in like this. Pull them in as close as you can and just gently bounce. Now we're not really trying to achieve anything in this position except just loosening the legs, just bouncing up and down, loosening off the insides of the legs, and just getting them a little bit warm and just preparing them for the next couple of exercises. So again, just bouncing up and down. Okay, so you just try and push those legs down a little bit each time as you go in, trying to push down as you go through. Good, and relax. Right, next stretch you're going to do, you're going to fold the right leg in. You're going to take your left leg, you're going to stick it over the top of your right. You want to try and keep your hips as forward as you can because you feel this stretch down the side. So with my left hand now, I'm just going to hug my left leg. So I'm going to bring my left leg towards me, and I'm going to try and bring my right shoulder towards my left leg. So again, you should be feeling this in your glutes. Just holding that. Good, and relax a second. So we're going to do it again on that side. So again, bring it back through. Again, just pulling that leg towards you. Good, and relax. Good, switch over now. So left leg comes in, right leg goes over the top. So same thing, pull the right hand around, give your leg a hug, pull your shoulder towards it so you're forward facing. Now with all these stretches, if you want to concentrate longer on a certain stretch, just sort of pause the video or repeat the video and try and go a little bit longer in each one. So there's more of a guide to what I would do, and then you can sort of experiment and play about with the stretching as you go through. Good, and relax. Good, we're gonna go one more time that side. So again, bring the leg through, give it a hug. Good, and relax. Good, so this time now we're going to fold the right leg in. You're going to grab the outer edge of your left foot. Now I want my right hand to keep me up and supported. So when I say open, now we're just going to take the leg out to the side. So the idea is now we're taking the leg out and back. But if you find that really hard, just take the leg towards the front and then you start working it around. The important thing is getting the leg straight. If the leg's bent and doing this, you're not really getting much of a stretch. So you want to concentrate and try to straighten the leg and then bring it around through. So hand on the inside, or elbow on the inside, hand on the outside, hand on the outside. From there now, ready, open. So take the leg out. Again, try and keep yourself upright and taking this leg back. You want to try and keep your hips forward. You don't want to be turning your body, because again, we want to feel that stretch. So this should be hitting your hamstrings and the insides of your legs. And close, bring it back in. And again, open. Again, if you want to work harder, you can bend the elbow to bring the leg up towards you. And close. Good. Last time now, ready, open. Good, holding it. And close. Good. Other side, it's the same thing now. So ready, open, taking the leg out. Good, again, you can bend that elbow if you want to pull it in a bit. And close. Ready, open, taking the leg out. And close. Last time now, ready, open. And close. Good. So fold the leg in again. So this time now we're going to do the same thing, except I'm going to grab my heel. So this time now I'm going to pull my toes back and take the leg back here like this. The same sort of stretch, just a little bit more severe. Ready, open. So again, you're taking the leg back, holding it, and close. Ready, open. And close. Good. Last time now, ready, open, take the leg out. Again, holding it. And close. Good. Fold it in, go the other side now. It's the same thing, grabbing that heel. Ready, open, take the leg out. And close. Ready, open. And close. Last time now. Open, take the leg out. And close. Good. Fold the legs in, just gently bounce. So again, we're just bouncing up and down now. Try to take the legs closer to the floor each time. So again, trying to really push now, using that leg strength to drive the legs down. And again, loosen off the insides of the legs. Good. Just hold it for a few seconds. Good, and relax. Right, so we're going to go back up now, so we can stand back up. So again, just gently circle the hips a little bit, just give your legs a little wiggle side to side. So what we're going to do is we're going to step out with the left leg. We're going to go on the ball of the right foot here like so. Sorry about the mat. So from there now, what we're going to do is we're going to try and drive this hip towards the floor. So I want to be pushing down and forward, so I feel that stretch here. So if anything, take this leg further back, driving down like so. So just holding this, so you're feeling this on the front hip flexor and down your thighs, so sort of try and push forward. So loosening it off. Holding it, holding it. Good, and come back up. Now we're going to go out the other side, it's the same thing. Ready, driving it forward and down. So again, you feel this down this hip flexor, nice and strong. Good, hold it, come back up. This time now we're going to do the same thing, except I'm going to keep this leg to the side. So again, I step out, and each time now I want to try and get this leg further back. So I want to try and push this inside of my leg towards the floor like this. I'm driving down now, so I'm pushing down, nice and strong, so I'm holding it and feel this on the inside of my leg. I want to keep the body upright, So the focus is on this back leg as I'm coming through. So again, just go to where you feel comfortable in the stretch. So you get that weight in that leg. Good, come back up, go out the other side now, it's the same thing. So again, you're going to stretch out. Sorry about that. Again, driving down. Again, try to really feel that on the inside of the leg. Working it through. Good. And come back up. Right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to space our legs a little bit wider. So from there now, we're going to do this in a couple of different ways. So one, we're going to build up a bit of strength in the leg. Two, we're going to practice our flexibility. So number one, from there now, we're just going to have our feet about 2 shoulder widths apart, or shoulder width and a half, a bit wider. You can have your feet apart like this. So we're just going to drop down, put our hands on the floor. We want to have an imaginary line between our feet. So from there now, my hands are on that line. If you can, from there now, I want to drop my elbows onto that line. Good, just holding it. If that's comfortable, I want to drop my nose down onto that line on my forehead. Now, at any point you feel that you have to come forward to do it, go to the stage before, because then you're taking away the stretch. So again, hands on the line, elbows on the line, or your nose on the line. So just holding it. Good, and come back up. Now the next thing now you can practice is up to you. This is going to work your leg strength and the tendon strength a little bit. So we're going to do 10. Only if you feel comfortable. So whichever way you go or far you go, use that as your barometer or your guide. So if I drop to my elbows, go to your elbows. If you go to your nose, go to your nose. So it's all we're going to do, go down and back up. So I say 1, you're going to go down and back up using that strength. So put your hands wherever you want them, behind your back. Be careful. Ready? 1, so go down and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and relax. You can also use that as a good party trick. Bet someone a shot. Right, so from there now, just fold your legs back in and gently bounce. So again, your legs should be feeling this now, you should be working nice and strong. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back onto our knees in this position. So this time now we're going to extend the leg. So I want to come up over onto my hip. I want to try and drive this hip forward. I want to be trying over my hips, almost like a side kick position, but my knee now is to the side. So I want to try and have as much of a parallel line between this knee and this leg. So I'm rolling forward and I'm pushing down now, trying to keep my body nice and upright, looking towards this side. Good, just holding it. Good, come back in. So we do the same the other side now. So again, turn that knee. Again, trying to really drive forward into that kick. Looking where you're kicking. That side. Good, come back in. So again, go back onto your knees like this. Again, just sink into that stretch. Now you'll just try and drive your hips forward. Just holding it, so you feel this in your hip flexors. And then just try and sink down into the stretch. So you try to take your legs to the side, but also being forward. And drop back. Try and space them wider. Pushing down. Holding it. And relax. One more time. Try and go a little bit wider. Pushing forward. Pushing down. Holding it. And relax. Good. Just bring your legs in. Slowly stand up. Shake your hands, shake your feet. So we're nearly done. We've got a couple more stretches now. Just try and push those legs a little bit more. The last bit is a little bit more severe, a little bit more advanced, so sort of take it at your own pace. Just do it how you feel comfortable. Right, so what we're going to do now is So you're going to space your legs a little bit wider. So from there now, we're going to space the legs apart. From there now, we're going to go onto the heels. And you want to try now and push your bum as close to the floor as you can, but without touching the floor. Now you want to roll those feet and hips forward, so you're holding this position. So that feels quite severe. Then come back onto the balls of your feet, go a little bit wider. Now try and roll forward, here like so. Then we're going to drop back. Good, then we're going to roll forward like so. Now what we're going to do is walk our bodies forward, holding our stretch. Now just push back a little bit more. Slowly edge yourself down. Now we're just going to hold that stretch like so and just relax. So this is quite severe now, so this is a little bit more advanced. Good, just gently bounce. Good, slowly come back up. We're going to go again, so this time now, spacing the legs apart a little bit. So again, sliding them out to the side. Go onto the balls of your feet, not balls of your feet, heels. Good, now we're going to roll the hips forward. Good, rock back, slide forward. Good, rock back, try and go a little bit wider. Slide forward, rock back. Now we're going to walk ourselves forward. Good, try and push down a little bit, slide out. Then we're just going to sit back down into our stretch. Good, and then fold our legs back in and gently bounce. Good, so your legs will probably be screaming a little bit now when you're doing some of these stretches. So slowly stand up, just gently bounce a little bit now, getting the blood pumping. Rocking from side to side, just circle the legs a bit. We could go one more time. So again, this is sort of a bit of a finisher. I wouldn't advise sort of doing any training after you finish this because your legs probably will be killing. So, go a little bit wider, just bend those knees. Just pushing, just gently bouncing. Good, just gently bouncing. Good, just go a little bit wider. Go onto the heels. Good, onto the flat. Drop forward. Go back onto your heels. Drop back, go a little bit wider. Drop forward. Go back onto the heels. Go a little bit wider. And just sit in that stretch, just holding it. Good. And then just slowly fold those legs in. Gently bounce. Good, slowly stand up. Shake your hands, shake your feet. Now this is just kind of ideas of doing a bit of static stretching. This is sort of how I would finish the end of my workout. So once I've trained, once I'm warm, then I want to do some stretching. This is the flexibility stuff I would do. Now there's a couple of extra more advanced exercises that I will put on the next video. If you want to know any more, just give me a message or sort of like text me if you know me, and I'll give you a few extra ideas. All of these now you can do in your own time, so I'd practice them about 2 or 3 times each side, maybe about 10 to 15 seconds per stretch. I will do a dynamic stretching video, so what I would do to warm up before I do a workout or kick in or training. We'll also add a few more different bits and pieces on that leg strength and control. So thank you guys, enjoy.